block is a square within a square within a square. Basically it's really simple. If you've got fabric that you can fussy cut, or a picture or anything that you want to put in the centre, so my centre square is butterflies, wishbone flowers, other flowers, strawberry. So I've fussy cut my flowers, and what you do then is, so that's a 5 by 5 inch square. Then you do another fabric that you've got to put on all four sides. That's a 5 inch square cut in half. So what you do is mark on the right side, corner to corner, and then mark, and then you might as well leave that there. So that's your marks. So corner to corner. There's no need to mark actually, you could just do corner to corner. That's it. So what you're doing now is sewing the opposite sides first. So you're doing them two sides first. The best way to do that is find the middle. So if you put your square within your 5 inch fussy cut square, and then find the outside of that one. There you've got two marks either end. Fold these in half. That's my right side. That in half. And what you do is put it, and then you'll know you've got the sewing mount hanging either side, and then pin. Once you've found your centres and you've pinned them together, then you do a 1/4 of an inch down there, 1/4 of an inch down there, and then press them back. And then you find your centres of these and do exactly that side, and then press. Once you've got that far, then you need to take these dog ears off, and it roughly measures about 7.5 inches. Get one side straight, you wouldn't have to cut too much off. Take these dog ears off and just straighten that centre up just there slightly. That's what you should have so far, and it measures roughly, I just measure it on my board, about 7.5 square. Right, this is the next bit you want. These are 6.5 inch square blocks, and what you do again is cut them in half. So basically there's no need to turn them around the back and measure them, because basically just one cut. Just go straight from one corner to another and cut in half, and you do exactly the same as what you did with your others. Basically you do the opposites first, find the centre, fold this in half, fold that in half, then do the opposites, and then finger press them out, or press, and then fold this in half and the others in half, and then do the opposites, and then we'll square up. So as you can see, I've pressed my block because it's a bit thicker with the two lots, found the centre by hand with this one, right side together, get the edge and pin, and do the same on the opposite side. Put this on the, so it's a lot easier when you find the centre, you don't have to guess it, and pin, and then sew down there and down there. So there's the outside two that's sewn on, trim your ends. Now don't forget that this is biased, so very gently, or you can use your iron, press it open, but don't really screw up at it because you'll stretch your fabric because it's biased. And then we've already found the centre of these, so just put them together both sides and then sew 1/4 of an inch. So that's the block all finished, and that's what mine looks like with the fussy cut there in the middle. Now we have to Let's just get the other one. Now we have to straighten it up. So this block is roughly coming out to 10 3/4 that way, 10 3/4 that way. So basically put it on one corner and go straight across, and that's coming up. Do it this way. I think I'm going to cut it that way. Let's going to see. That's roughly about a 10.5 inch block. So basically what you want to do, if you've got one with a square in the middle, you can put it on that and then cut the rest out. So let's see now. We have to try and work it out by putting something, using these lines in the centre. Right, now I haven't got a square within a square, so what I've done is I have found a line that way and a line that way. They're both black, and then this green line going up there, and then the black dashed line going across there, right across my square. So I'll put some tape. Unfortunately I haven't got no dark tape. You should be able to just see that, and I'll just put some pen over the top so I know where they are, like that. So once you've got your square within a square and all your lines are in the right place, then you'll be able to make your first cut on this edge. And as long as where my corner is, I've got a 1/4 inch or more, but I should have the same all the way round. So let's see if this works this way. I'll use the same markings to find. So black line down one side, so that's that one, and yes, I've got the same amount that side, so that seems to be working. So it's good to make a bit more of an effort to find your squares, and you know it's going to be spot on. So this one and that one goes there. That green line's there, that's on there, and then that dashed line is across there, and I've got the same amount on the edge. So this is working out fine. We find making the effort and finding that square, it's making this block complete in the right places. So, but if you're lucky enough to have a square on your ruler, you could use that. And just take that back a bit. Make sure it's on all four, and cut the side. And there you go. I have now got a, just measure this, 10 1/4 inch block. It should be the same all the way around. Yep, 10 1/4 inch block all the way around. Now you don't have to leave it there. If you want to make this block bigger, you can actually put something around the edges, because you know if you use a 1/4 inch you're not going to chop your corners off, because you've measured it correctly. So anyway, there's my turned that way. That's my fussy cut, square within a square within a square.